Again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard, and I'm not sure how much time I've got to be out here because it was supposed to be storming at this point in time today, but it doesn't keep me from wanting to try stuff. I have a 12 by 24 inch black primed canvas in front of me, and what I want to do and what I can do seem to be two different things right now, so I'm going to grab something a little different, as in I like to use the refuse when I can. I'm going to have to start recording again. There we go, perfect, look at that. The paint may weigh them down. Anyway, so I want some extra paint for each of my sky and my land sections, and so even though I may apply the paint directly to the canvas and use up some paint here. I've got, wow, that's really bright. I want some darker purple, and it is over here. And I like the Prussian blue in my land areas, but this purple is calling me. Where is my Prussian blue? There's my Prussian blue. As soon as I get to that edge right there, where it's going to dump out of the shovel, I think I'll be done. I've got all kinds of paint that I need to use up in any case, so I'm going to give it a little bit more of this and hope that it doesn't spill. And I'm going to go to my sky area and use my Art Mines, which was fairly well mixed in spite of the fact that it usually separates. And I'm going to grab some of my other sky-ish colors, and this is going to be kind of strange because it's on that black canvas, but I don't think I care. And when I pull these other colors back over here, actually don't put the cap on that yet. I do need to move that out of the way. Everything moved when the wind came recently. I may add a little bit more color to that sky area. So things are not necessarily where I want them to belong. This might be super simple. It might not. I'm going to grab a really short edge catcher. Actually a really pretty short edge catcher to be replaced by a less pretty. Ooh, everything's stuck. It does get warm out here. I wonder if that'll work. Well, maybe it'll work. That's the old top to a garden salad container or something. Anyway, so I want some of my land area to be started with a puddle or puddles. And I want to use my Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula so I don't waste. This is the Arteza Pearl, which I have just what I mixed up in the 5-ounce cups. One little tube with a little GAC 800 in the bottom of it made a whole cup once I added my pouring mediums to it. And I'm going to clean off my spatula because metallic and pearlescent paints, when you find them again, if you left paint on there, you won't be happy. So I think I want some more of this, which is the Prussian blue, which I like. And maybe I want the Anita's metallic white. What else have I got that I want up there? I might want to take a little bit of this turquoise mica powder, which is just mixed with the same pouring mediums that I put in everything, basically. Whoa, almost spilled that. I may want to put another row of colors in. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I bought these black canvases a while ago, and I haven't used them since I started doing the landscapes, and I kind of want to see what will happen, or how much more paint I need than I've got to start with. And I'm really only looking for a little representational strip down the center, and I guess it would depend on how I tilt the canvas on how it turns out. I guess we'll see in a minute. Where is my other? There we go. I'm just going to use some more of that because I can. And I notice I don't have that much paint at the top. I'm not sure I want that much paint at the top either. I'm going to go both ways, back and forth, just to stretch things out and see how they're moving. Just balancing my edge catcher on the edge of the canvas. And back again. I don't really expect this to take an awful long time. I see two things. Wow. One there. That was a bubble. One there, which is not a bubble. This is a really good use of any paint. If you use the Glad sticky wrap to seal up your paint and you've come back and found it a few days later, even if the Floetrol and whatever your pouring medium was in there became separated, you can still probably use that by dropping it down on something. I'm going to rock that on the edge and use a bamboo skewer because that's my thing. And I might have to go back in and see what I've got left for other colors left in my shovel. And steal a little paint, go right down over the edge. I'm really trying not to schmutz up the rest of this black canvas. Not that they come perfect anyway. I kind of really like my own black canvases better because there's a little bit of gloss in the, I'm sure you can't see that, sorry about that. There's a little bit of gloss in the black paint. Now, I'm really tempted, yeah, I'm not just tempted, I'm going to do it. To change things up a little bit. I think glasses would be good. I have no idea where they are. They're not on my head. But I think I want to put some more pearl in there and see what I've got for my land source over here. And use the rest of whatever's in there to create a variation or some layers or whatever you want to call it. Just having some fun, playing with new ways of using ideas that we've already started with. Give that a little bit of a spread. Same over here. I could probably use a piece of air tubing or a straw as easily as I could use a skewer. Although, I think I want to use that skewer just because I like to see what it'll do often. I'm going to, whatever paint's gone over the end, I'm not going to worry about that. I am going to find a cleaner edge catcher though. I need a shorter one. There it is. That'll work. It's also a very sandy edge catcher, so I'm going to take a minute to clean that off. I'm going to tip this back the wrong way because I want that white paint to flow a little bit before I let it rip the other direction. I could add some stars and a moon to this. I could sort of mix those purples to see what I like. I'm going to let that go back onto the canvas. This may not even work. I'll make it work. You wait and see. I've been wanting to put way more massive areas of colors, which is a funky way of describing it. I'm not sure what's on there, but I am sure something's in my way. Oh yes, I'm going to take a chance with whatever's on that skewer and pull it over to the end. I did a stylized scape the other day, and I did a little waggle in a cloud, and I really liked the way it looked. I've been wanting to use a lot more white too, so that's an intention coming right up. As long as the canvas isn't showing, I can steal some paint and camouflage some. I got some paint running down right there. I'm going to let it run again too in a minute. See, agitated paint cells. We got some pretty little cells. You probably can't see those yet. I try and pick up the bamboo skewer and whatever I picked up with it for paint and put it down where I need it instead of dragging it all the way there, because that's just going to unearth some canvas. So I like all that, but I want to tip it down. I also want to tip it over. I want to tip it in every direction. So let's do that for a start, because I do have a much longer edge catcher around here somewhere. Once I pull paint, I can throw paint back again too. Rock it and watch it flow. And turn it around so it flows in the other direction, which in this case I want to be careful about, because I don't want the sky colors where the other colors are. I'm going to need a sheet of these edge catchers, I can tell you now. You know what, before I do that, I'm going to clean off my bamboo skewer so I don't pollute everything I've got down at the bottom. Then I'm going to look. I'm going to run out of time. Isn't that funny? I'm only pouring paint on canvas and I'm going to run out of time. I'm just going to herd paint with my Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula. All my tools, or the tools that I can offer, are on the Amazon link below. Show more underneath the video. So that's a really good place to go check and see stuff that I've gathered that I like. Yeah, and I kind of like dragging the spatula along to change the patterns up. Who knows, I might even wind up getting all the way to the bottom. I probably don't think that's going to happen, but you can't trust me. Things change for me all the time. Okay, so I can steal some of that paint, bring it up there. Or I can put more paint up there, which I might want to do. Nobody said I couldn't. And I do stuff because I can. Hey, that's the name of my book. It's on the Amazon link with everything else. Just making it look like a very, very funky abstract landscape. To me, anyway. It might not look that way to everyone, but that's okay. I have to decide what I'm going to do with that top half, and I really hadn't thought about it so thoroughly that I have a solution yet, but I do see that I have capacity to put some spirals in there if I wanted to. All over the place. I like the white with just a little bit of color, because then it sort of stands out more. Yeah, I like the cloud spirals not bothering me a bit. Not a bit. But I do have a lack of paint on my edge, so I'm going to stick my finger right in the rest of this. I'm going to even up that edge a little. Pull a few things up and pull a few things down. I'm fluffing clouds. Oh, you don't want to read my mind right now. Never mind. Alright, so I'm not unhappy with that at all, and I could put some stars and a moon in that scape sky if I wanted to. The question for me is, what do I want to do in the foreground? And the answer is, I don't know yet, because I'm going to let you guys have a look at that. And it's just, it's maybe not to everybody's taste, but that's okay too. If I put green or turquoise down, blue or turquoise down there, I'm going to have a river. But I like turquoise, so it's hard to resist doing that. I'm just waggling very gently through the bottom of that color. I'm going to have to steal a little paint if I want to keep it up. I kind of want to make it a lot less even. And I don't mind stealing paint at all. Or changing the shape of the top of whatever I might be considering mountains that not necessarily everyone will, but oh well. It's very stylized anyway. I like all of this over here, but I think it needs to be fluffed. And maybe filled a little bit too. It might help if I had glasses. I'll try and remedy that for the next painting. I'm operating from instinct at this point. Plus I can see a little bit. Probably a little bit more than a little bit. But it's a lot fuzzy. And just adding my spirals. Now, somebody told me recently that clouds all have flat bottoms, which evidently they have not been to Florida, because I want to tell you, clouds in Florida look like upside down ice cream cones most of the time. Like somebody dumped their soft serve. You can see I've got a little bit of paint skin beginning to come up. This is kind of an experiment because I haven't actually done so much of this before that on the black canvas that I would know. So I'm just going along, minding my own business. Sort of, kind of. Seeing what makes me happy. And hoping that I'm right about it. So there's a river there now. I think I just divided the river into a fork. I'm very tempted by some gold. I'm not sure where gold goes in a nightscape, though. I am inclined to use any paint that I have left anywhere, for any reason, any other wear. That doesn't make any sense, but... Alright, so I have used quite a bit of time, and I really could call this done if I wanted to. And I know I've got a fingerprint down there, so it makes me want to move everything down. I kind of want to just play with the spatula and see what happens when I move some paint and make some texture. And I can even dip that spatula right in there and do the same thing. And then what do I want to do? I want to just drag it along, because a lot of times you'll make cells. So I do sell my artwork, and you may inquire. I have a website. In the last 20 seconds of the video you'll find it, along with whichever month's contest drawing is showing a video that includes the prize selections for those who contribute to keep the studio going through PayPal or Patreon. Those links are under the video and also on the YouTube channel header, my YouTube channel header to be exact. I am going to go ahead and give myself permission to, yes, mix up this Arteza. Hopefully this is going to be okay. Yeah, I don't mind it. It's a very coppery color. I've got it to use. It's right in front of me. So what else should I tell you about? I should tell you that I have Pinterest and Instagram links, as well as Twitter, which I pretty much ignore most of the time, but you could help me with that. I have Facebook pages. Oh, all that's under the video description. I have Facebook pages, Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group for Students, and Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Fans and Collectors, for fans and collectors strictly. And right now, pixels.com, which is the link where I used to post all of my art to get reproduced on shower curtains and duvet covers and as canvas prints on acrylic, on metal, you name it, it's on it. That Shop Now button is on my Expressionist Art Studio Gallery pages on Facebook, and there's a contest running for me there now, where if I can get 250 votes, I could actually wind up with a billboard in LA, which would make me really happy. So this was kind of fun, and I'm not sure I knew what I was going to expect, but we're working on 73,500 of you guys, and thank you for subscribing. I appreciate the thumbs up every time you give it to me, because it speaks to the YouTube algorithm and lets them know where to give me better placement for my YouTube videos. And the more and better placement I get from you guys watching longer and giving me thumbs up, the more likely I am to keep coming back and giving you more videos. So this was really stylized, and I might look at it when you're gone and pull a few areas, or I might do that right now while you're watching. Don't do that! No, yeah, I will. I'll do whatever I want, and that's because I can, and that's my book on the